we don't protect ourselves as advertising agencies, which means that there's certainly a lot that will actually have gained.
I honestly thought I was coming here to just learn a lot of legalese, law, and but it was quite simple to put into context.
The skills, the capacity for intellectual property is extremely low.
They want to understand how to protect their rights.
I know exactly what I'm going to do regarding my authorship. I have a better idea on the types of contracts I will go for and what I'll be looking out for.
I love it. I'm a teacher, and so being able to, pass on knowledge for me is something very important.
So these should be fundamental aspects of the education of anybody who is creative.
A lot of musicians will be able to benefit from the Copyright X course.
Because we deal with artists and because we work in the space that we call the creative economy space, the question of how do you protect creative works, how do you give artists capacity and understanding around their own rights around these things, is something that has been of importance and interest to us for a long time. In fact, we run a program in entrepreneurship for artists, and in that program we had a small session, a small segment that was dealing with copyright and with contracts. And so when the opportunity came to begin to really focus on copyright itself, we seized this. So this opportunity, of course, came first through KECOBO, the Kenya Copyright Board, when they were running this program with Code IP. One of our staff members took part in the program, and then, of course, came back with wonderful news about its potential and how it is important for us as an institution as well to really think about running a Copyright X program. So from 2015, we started to run a program, and each year since, we have actually run a Copyright X, the Go Down program.
Copyright X owes its origin to an experiment that was done in Jamaica in 2013. It was piloted there, and then in 2012, I got a good friend of mine who I was working with at that time as a colleague and a Creative Commons. He was my fellow regional coordinator for Africa, Professor Tobias Shonweta at the University of Cape Town, the head of IP unit. And together, we promoted it amongst our member countries who are distributed across Africa.
The journey has been interesting and rewarding and fulfilling. Interesting because you get to hear different stories every single year. Rewarding because it's an opportunity to give back and to learn. Fulfilling because you get to watch people being transformed as they continue with their journey. So it's really been good for me, I would say.
Sometimes we think that we are teaching, giving the knowledge, but in our case at the Go Down, we are learning a lot from the students as well, because most of them come in with real life experiences, and they tell us what their journey through copyright issues has been, through IP issues, and it has given us the determination to become more knowledgeable and thus more relevant to the sector.
We had over 230 applicants to this year's course. So they were very many. They were drawn from different backgrounds, and we actually asked them to submit a bio and to state their interest in wanting to learn this course.
I became interested in this Copyright X course through a friend of mine. As an author, I've had copyright issues and questions, and even myself, I've slowed down on even creating or presenting projects because of the fear of someone stealing my work. So when I heard about this course, it seemed like a way of freeing myself.
The reason why I thought it would be a good course for the kind of work I do is because I get involved a lot in developing agreements for research around media, and the question about what is intellectual property or not, what is copyrightable or not comes up a lot. And so this is the reason I felt it would be a good course for me.
I came across the poster of Copyright X in Twitter, and also received an image that was sent to me by a friend who also encouraged me to participate in the course. Following the 2 notices, I went into one of the websites that was indicated. It should be Copyright X, of the Go Down website. Found further information and then applied accordingly.
The interview was very interesting, very intimidating because Alex is quite a strong personality. So first of all, I went in, I thought this is a lawyer. He just thinks artists are dumb, and so I really need to prove myself.
The interview process for this course was a bit scary. I think it was more scary pre-interview than the actual interview. I wondered would I fit the bill. I'm not a lawyer. What are they looking for? What are they going to ask?
What I like about the interview process is that they screened a lot for people who would actually pursue the course to its completion, as well as people to whom the course would actually benefit.
Before I took this course, or in my preparation for it, I thought it would be more you listening to a lecturer who's just passing down information. And I was very pleased to quickly learn that it's more interactive, and we're not just learning from the facilitators and our professor and the principal, but we're also learning from each other.
Ordinarily, you go into class and the teacher stands in front of you and spews a lot of information. But in the Copyright X class, we are adult learners, and our whole idea is that all our senses should be learning together. So the discussions are very lively and very informative, not just for the students, but even for us as teaching fellows.
I can't say I have a favorite student. I think all my students are my favorite because I've had this privilege of learning from them.
So it's been good to meet people who are living the consequences of what our act looks like now, and hearing their ideas of what it should look like in the future.
So what I like most about the course is Professor Fisher doesn't go into a lot of legal jargon. He explains it in a way that I can understand even without having to go to law school.
The challenges I face with this class, personally, I'm a mother of 3. I run several businesses, I'm a choreographer, I'm a yoga teacher. I have so many things going on in my life, professionally and personally. So the challenge for me has been keeping up with the work.
There haven't been as many challenges, I must say, but I have to make time to study. And that is balancing that between work, family, and creating time for study is also quite challenging.
I'm living here more knowledgeable and with even confidence to address the challenges that clients face in terms of copyright, and more so in the entertainment and the creative economy.
The impact this course has had is one that has been profound in terms of the ongoing reform. Right now we are undergoing the Kenya Copyright Amendment Bill 2017, and we have played an instrumental role in developing and consolidating stakeholders who are all actors in the creative industries, their views to be incorporated into the amendments which are currently before Parliament.
I think everyone should really try to pursue this class. It's not just for lawyers and artists. I think economists should take this class. I think accountants, journalists, politicians.
A lot of musicians will be able to benefit from the Copyright X course because it just clearly defines what the law says and how to apply it.
Going forward, we have realized one thing from the lessons of the 5 years. One is that there is need and desire to learn this course, given the number of interest that is clearly demonstrated by the number of applicants, given the input it has had on the various creative industries, policymakers, and other copyright stakeholders, from journalists, bloggers, writers, filmmakers, advertisement, law students, even professors, even teachers actually, and many stakeholders.
Professor Fisher, thank you so much for curating this course and for making it available to everyone, everywhere. I'm really grateful for what I've learned, and it's something that I'm passing on to my team, the band that I play in, and other musicians that I interact with.
Thank you for taking time to do what you have done through this course. You have impacted a lot of lives in the legal sphere, in the creative sphere, and it came from a place of very good intention, and hopefully we can pass the baton forward.
My message to Professor Fisher is you have no idea the impact of what you started, and we can only thank you profoundly for starting this Copyright X.
Thank you for putting together this class and for making it very possible for people who would ordinarily not study copyright to study copyright in this way.
Hi Fisher, thank you so much for being our lecturer from a distance. Just thank you so much for your explanation and breaking down of the IP laws and theories.
I am very grateful and honored to have been a part of Copyright X as a student and now as a facilitator. And your example as an accomplished lawyer who has given of his knowledge freely to not just Americans but the world is an inspiration to me as an advocate as well. Not to be so selfish in how I approach the practice, but to be very generous and to give, because that's what life's about. So thank you.